Hello and welcome to the CleanSlate theme development tutorial series. My name is Adam, and today what I'm going to show you is what it actually looks like to make a change to a site, from getting the theme on your computer to publishing that change live on the web. So as a demo for this today, I'm actually going to use this CleanSlate cms.w.edu site. The site for CleanSlate is run by CleanSlate. So what do we need to do first? We need to get the theme from the repository onto our computer. So how do we figure out what theme this site uses? We can log into CleanSlate by going to cleanslate.w.edu. You might have to log in by entering your W login information. After you're logged in, type in the site you want to go to. So I'm going to go to the CleanSlate CMS site. And I can go to manage and see the theme that's used for this site. So the theme is called the CleanSlate site theme, and I can go to now Bitbucket, and I should note that I've logged into Bitbucket and I'm on the W Digital organization, and I found this by just typing in CleanSlate -site here, and I clicked on it. So this is the theme for this site, and there's a lot of stuff that you might not know what it means or whatever. For this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to focus on what it actually looks like, what the process looks like, and we're going to cover what these files mean in a later video. So in order to get the theme on our site, or on our computer, we need to go in here and clone the repository. So you copy this URL. Then we need to open up our terminal, and we can type pwd to show where we are. So I am in my root folder, and remember that in the last video we created our sites in CleanSlate themes folder, so we need to put this theme in the CleanSlate_themes folder. So I need to say, okay, I am at my root folder, let's see what's there. I can type ls to show what's there. You'll notice here is my sites folder, so I can cd to sites. And I'm going to type ls again, and I have a number of folders and sites. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to the CleanSlate_themes folder. So I'm going to type cd CleanSlate_themes, and if you're wondering how I get the completion so fast, I can actually hit tab after I've typed a couple letters. Now I'm hit enter, and I can type where I am. It says I'm in the CleanSlate themes folder. Now that I'm inside my CleanSlate themes folder, I can go ahead and paste my clone command into the terminal and hit enter. It's going to clone the site for me and get it on my computer. And now that I have the site on my computer, I have to go into the theme itself. So I'm going to type cd CleanSlate site. And it says I am currently in this CleanSlate site folder and ready to go. So let's open this site in our code editor here. So I'm going to drag it onto Sublime Text. Just drag the whole folder. It opens all this stuff up for me. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to kind of breeze through a lot of the files and stuff here. You don't need to know what they are at this point. This video is just for figuring out the process and what it looks like to make a change and push it live. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an HTML comment with the current time right inside the body tag of this site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our default layout, and here is our opening body tag. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add a quick HTML comment with the current time. So the current time is 12:39 p.m. Save that, and if I go back to my terminal, you know, everything here looks good. I go back to my terminal and I can type git status, and it says one file has been modified. So in order to add it to be committed, we need to type git add, and then I'm going to type views, layouts, and then default. You could also type git add -- all. So I've added it to be committed. We can see that if I type git status again, the changes to be committed are here, and I type git commit, and I put in -m for a message, and my message is going to be adding the current time to the opening body tag, something like that, something descriptive. So now you can notice that my repository is no longer has anything that's been changed. It is things have been committed. So in order, now that we've committed it, we need to push this this change up to the repository itself. So I can type git push origin master, and it's going to push my changes up to the repository. Now that I've done that, I can go back to this repository here, click on commits, and verify that I did indeed just add this 36 seconds ago. So my change has been pushed to the repository. Now that my changes have been pushed to the repository, let's go to my site, and I'm just going to go back here real quick. At this point, your changes have been pushed to your repository but have not been made live on the site. Pushing does not equal making things live. You actually have to hit the sync theme button before things are live. So what you'll notice here is down here, if you you'll see this theme version thing, and it says 52E 51 whatever. It's actually referencing this commit hash right there. So one way to tell where a theme is to look at the theme version right here and cross-reference it to the repository and the commit hash. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to go ahead and hit sync theme. It's going to take a couple seconds to pull those changes for the repository. You want to let this do its thing, and it says, okay, the theme has been updated, the process is complete, and if I refresh this page, my theme version has changed to 6312, etc., which is the current commit hash. So if I go in here, I'm going to refresh my page. It's going to take a second, and the page has been refreshed. I'm going to view source, and I'm going to look for the opening body tag here. Here is my body tag, and then there's my change. All right. So that is exactly what we want. That our change has now been deployed live to this site. Just as an exercise, I'm going to do this one more time. So I'm going to say the current time is 12:43 p.m. Save, go to my terminal, git status. All right, it's been modified. So this time I'm going to type git add and just -- all. And then I'm going to type git commit with a message. Oops, oh, I hit enter. That's my bad. Git commit -m and a message that says updating the current time inside the body tag. And then I'm going to type git push origin master. And it pushed it to the repository. I go back to my browser, and we can see that indeed, if I refresh this page, the second commit is here, and the commit hash has changed. So if I go over to my site and hit sync theme, you'll notice this is still the old commit hash right here. I hit sync theme one more time. It says updated theme. I refresh my page. Now this says theme version F02A77 whatever, which is the current commit hash. Now if I come back here, I refresh my page, you'll notice that it actually refreshed really quick, and you'll remember from a previous video that CleanSlate does indeed have a 10-minute cache, and that 10-minute cache exists for both content changes and theme changes. So if I were to go and view the source, the current time is still going to say 12:39 p.m. Now, if we want to see our changes immediately, remember that we can add a query string at the end of the URL, so a question mark and then anything arbitrary after that. I'm just going to put a 1. It's going to reload, and it has reloaded here. I'm going to view source, and you'll notice that it's the viewing source of this URL, which includes the new query string, and it says the current time is 12:43 p.m. So that is the second time we've made a change, and that is what it looks like to have a change go from start to finish and deployed to your website. So in the next video, we're going to start to get down into the nitty-gritty of the details of making CleanSlate themes. We're going to talk about theme file structure and some theme creation rules for making themes in CleanSlate. Stay tuned.